Feral class. In today's lesson we are going to be recapping the digraph so we're going to practice some of the sounds that we've learnt so far. First, let's try this one. Ooh or you. I. Ooh or you. E. Ooh or you. O. Split digraph E. Split digraph ooh or you. Fantastic. Now let's see whether you can pause the video and write down the phoneme that I say. So can you see whether you can write the phoneme E for daisies, hokey, cokey? So pause that video. Make sure you write down that phoneme. Let's see whether you're right. E and Y. Well done if you were. Oh, next one. Can you write down the phoneme split digraph E for Steve and Steve? Eat your peas. That's split digraph E. Let's see if you were right. E and E. And remember that space in the middle for another letter because they're a bit too chatty. They have to be split up. Oh, last one. Can you write the digraph I for tighten my tie? So what two letters make the digraph I for tighten my tie? Let's see if you're right. I and E. Well done if you were. Now we're going to have a look at some of those common exception words and high frequency words. So remember, thinking time first, then when I push it forward, see whether you can say that word. About. House. Oh, common exception word this time. Let's have a little look. Into. So the bit that's tricky here is this O on the end, because usually if I was segmenting it, that would make an O sound, but it doesn't make oo in this word. So into. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with this word? Have a think. It's the word I. What's wrong with it? It's not a capital letter. We know that the word I has to be a capital letter because it's a personal pronoun. So let's get rid of this one. It is a common exception word though. Next one. Out. Fantastic. Now see if you can pause the video, and when I say one of those words, see whether you can spell it. So let's see whether you can spell the word into. Into. Think about which bit's tricky in the word into. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you were right. I-N-T-O. Well done if you were. Next one. Can you spell the word about? About. Think about that owl. Look how bears are about. About. Remember, pause the video. Let's see if you're right. A-B-O-U-T. Well done if you were. And the last one. Can you spell the word house? House. I live in a beautiful grand house. House. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you're right. H-O-U-S-E. Well done. Now we're going to have a look at our sound today. So our sound today is and the caption action we're going to do is girl with a curl. Can you see whether you can do that? Girl with a curl. If you're a boy and you don't want to try and curl your hair, you might pretend to point. Let's pretend that you're pointing at a girl with a curl. So girl with a curl. Girl with a curl. And you can see in the picture, there's a girl and she's got very curly hair and she's twirling it around and curling it. Fantastic. So you see this side of the card, you're going to say girl with a curl. Now let's have a look at our digraph today. What are the letter names that make this digraph? What are the letter names? I and R. So I and R come together to make the one sound So you see this side of the card, you're going to say When you see this side of the card, you're going to say girl with a curl, or point girl with a curl. Right, let's have a little look. Are you ready? Girl with a curl. Oh, tricked you that time. Girl with a curl. Fantastic. Now we're going to have a go at segmenting and blending words with our sound in today. So let's try that first one first. Remember, segmenting not once, not twice, but 3 times. T, w, u, I, ng, t, w, u, I, ng, t, w, u, I, ng. Twirl, ing, twirling. Like I'm twirling around. Twirling. Now let's see whether you can have a turn. Now this one's slightly tricky because this Y on the end is not making a Y sound like it would usually. It's making E. So just think about that while you're segmenting it. So when you get to this one, you're saying the sound E. Let's see whether you can pause the video and segment it not once, not twice, but 3 times. I'm going to segment it once just to show you. S, t, E. The word is thirsty, like I'm feeling very, very thirsty. I need a drink. Oh, next one. Let's have a look. That's a nice easy one. Pause that video and see whether you can blend that word. Let's see if you're right. Girl, like I am a girl. Oh, that next one. Again, another nice one. See whether you can pause that video. Let's see if you're right. Birds. Well done. Oh, last one. Another one of those ones where that Y on the end is making an E sound. Remember to pause that video. Let's see if you're right. E. Dirty, like my clothes were dirty with mud. Fantastic. Now let's see whether you can spell those words. So I'm going to say a word and see whether you can spell it. Can you spell the word girl? There was a girl sitting on the bench. See if you can spell the word girl using our sound from today. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you're right. G-I-R-L. Well done if you were right. Next one, see if you can spell the word dirty. Remember that E sound on the end is not an E, not an EA, not a split digraphy. Have a think about which letter is making that E sound. Dirty. Remember, pause that video. Let's see. D-I-R-T-Y. Of course, it's that Y making that E sound in the word dirty. Next one. Oh, long one, this one. Twirling, twirling. So I'm twirling around. Twirling. Remember that suffix ing on the end. So twirling, twirling. Pause that video. Let's see if you're right. T-W-I-R-L-I-N-G. Fantastic. And last one. Oh, let's see. Thirsty. Thirsty. So with your tongue out, not thirsty. Thirsty. Remember, pause that video. Let's see if you're right. T-H-I-R-S-T-Y. Well done. And remember, if you want to challenge yourself, you could write some sentences with those words in too. Now we're going to have a go at holding our sentence, writing it and extending it using the conjunction because. So our sentence today using our sound is I feel thirsty. I feel thirsty. So our actions today, capital I. Feel, we're going to imagine that we're feeling our skin. Feel. So I feel. And then for thirsty, we're going to stick our tongues out like that. Because when you're thirsty, you get a really dry mouth and a dry tongue. So I feel thirsty. And again, I feel thirsty. And then at the end of that sentence, we need a full stop. Let's see whether you can do it again. I feel thirsty. Fantastic. Now we're going to see whether we can write our sentence. So our first word is I, and we need a big capital letter because it's a personal pronoun and it's the beginning of a sentence. So big capital I, starting the line properly. Finger space. Feel. So with our teeth. Feel. So I need an F. E. So and an F. O. I feel thirsty. So that is with our tongue. So T and a H. Our sound from today, which is I and R. And st, E. So st. So S and T. And that E sound is being made by the letter Y, just like in Miss Bailey. So we've got a Y on the end. I feel thirsty, and I'm going to put my full stop on the end. So quite a short sentence today, but we're going to extend it to make it even longer. So why do I feel thirsty? We're going to use the conjunction because. So I'm going to get rid of that full stop. I'm going to think about because. So big, B, elephants, E, can't, C, always, A, use, U, small, S, exit, F. I feel thirsty because, and I've got to think of a reason. Why might I feel thirsty? So I feel thirsty because I haven't had a drink all day. I feel thirsty because I've been on a run. So think about how you can extend that sentence, and you're using your phonics to help you with your spelling. Now we need to try and make sure we're using the right phonemes for the right spellings. So I feel thirsty because I'm going to use that contraction haven't. So originally it was the two words have not, but I've omitted, that means I've gotten rid of the O, I've put an apostrophe in its place, and I put the T. I feel thirsty because I haven't had a drink. That's a hard one because it sort of sounds like a J, but it's not. It's D and R making that dr sound. Ink. I feel thirsty because I haven't had a drink, or, that's one of our common exception words, that A and L making or instead of what it would usually make, which is at or. I feel thirsty because I haven't had a drink all day. And at the end of that sentence, I need a full stop. So see whether you can extend that sentence using the conjunction because, and you might have several sentences that you could write.